Did you know that although it may not seem like it, the Royal Guards are people with a lot of feelings? Why are the Royal Guards so affectionate? The British Royal Guard is a world-renowned symbol of tradition, discipline, and solemnity. With their crisp scarlet uniforms and iconic bearskin hats, the Royal Guards embody the rigidity and majesty of the British monarchy. Their stoicism is legendary, trained to maintain an impassive expression in any situation, from tourist pranks to the most solemn moments at official ceremonies. But despite their strict composure, there are rare moments when these keepers of tradition break character to show humanity, respect, and kindness. Since its creation in the 17th century, the Royal Guard has been a fundamental pillar of the British monarchy. Their role is not limited to protecting royals. They are also the custodians of a tradition that has remained intact for centuries. Every day, these guards remain firm and immutable in front of thousands of tourists and onlookers who seek to make them smile or make them break their character. Their seriousness and discipline are part of what makes them so admired, but they also create a barrier that turns them into seemingly unattainable figures. Therefore, when a guard momentarily breaks that barrier to interact with someone in the public, the emotional impact is deep and significant. The Royal Guards are trained to maintain a rigid posture under all circumstances. This level of discipline makes them fascinating figures, and their ability to remain serious at all times is part of the appeal that draws thousands of people to witness ceremonies such as the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. However, there are times when emotions or circumstances lead guards to briefly break character. These gestures, although small, have a great impact because they break the expectation of seriousness and show a warm and human side. Whether it's a nod to a child, a discreet greeting to a person with special needs, or a spontaneous reaction to an unexpected situation, these moments are powerful because they remind us that there are human beings behind the protocol. The British Royal Guards represent centuries of tradition and discipline. They are a living symbol of the monarchy, and their ability to remain still and serious, no matter the circumstances, is part of what makes them so iconic. From the earliest days of their formation in the 17th century, their mission has been twofold: to protect royalty and to act as ambassadors of the solemnity and respect that characterize the British monarchy. Before donning the red uniform and bearskin hat, each guard goes through intensive training. This process includes not only combat and security skills, but also rigorous psychological training to resist any distractions. The Royal Guards are famous for their ability to ignore provocations and pranks, from tourists trying to make them laugh to unexpected situations that would test anyone. Their presence at events such as the changing of the guard or official ceremonies reinforces the image of an unbreakable monarchy. Every movement, every posture, is carefully designed to represent the continuity of the crown. Millions of visitors travel to the UK each year to see the Royal Guards in action. Their seriousness and professionalism are part of what makes them a unique attraction. Although their discipline is legendary, there are moments when the Royal Guards briefly break character to show empathy and warmth. These moments are rare, but when they occur, they leave a lasting impression on both those who witness them and those who experience them directly. During a ceremony at Buckingham Palace, a boy with autism approached the barrier, fascinated by the movements of the guard. Noticing the little boy's attention, the guard tilted his head slightly towards him, a gesture that deeply moved the boy's parents. At another event, an older woman was celebrating her birthday in front of the palace. One of the guards briefly broke protocol to greet her, creating an unforgettable moment for her and her family. During a ceremony, a dog escaped from its owner and approached a guard. Instead of ignoring him, the guard reacted warmly, allowing the dog to sniff him before carefully returning him to his owner. On another occasion, a pigeon landed on a guard's hat during a parade. Although the guard maintained his stance, a slight smile betrayed his humanity, causing the crowd to burst into applause. One of the reasons these moments are so impactful is that they break the expectation of absolute stoicism. When the guards interact with the public, they demonstrate that behind their rigid appearance there are real people with the ability to connect with others. Royal Guards have been captured on video bowing slightly towards small children who greet them or responding with a slight wave to those who show admiration for them. For families of children with special needs, these gestures represent something much bigger than a simple interaction. They are moments that validate and recognize your loved ones. In one viral story, a tourist carried a banner expressing his admiration for the royal guards. Surprisingly, one of the guards broke protocol with a discreet salute, drawing cheers from the crowd. Another time, a little boy asked if the guard was a robot. Although he did not respond with words, the guard reacted with a smile, generating laughter and a moment of genuine connection. In the age of social media, many of these moments have been captured on video and reached a global audience. These interactions are not only moving, but have also helped change public perception of the royal guards as rigid, unapproachable figures. Clips of guards interacting with children or showing empathy in unexpected situations often rack up millions of views, highlighting the importance of humanity even in formal roles. Viewers often praise these gestures, describing them as inspiring and reminders of the importance of small acts of kindness. The Royal Guard's acts of respect have inspired other organizations and institutions to show more empathy and kindness in their interactions with the public. These moments teach us that discipline and humanity are not mutually exclusive, and that even in the most rigid traditions there is room for human connection. Despite the rigidity of their role, the Royal Guards have found ways to balance tradition with empathy. These gestures not only enrich their role, but also reinforce their connection with the public. Although simple, these gestures have a profound emotional impact on those who experience them. The Royal Guards have shown that even the smallest interactions can have lasting meaning. Moments when guards break character are celebrated around the world, strengthening their role as ambassadors of the monarchy. These acts ensure that the Royal Guards are remembered not only for their discipline, but also for their humanity. The public image of the Royal Guards has been built around their ability to remain unfazed by any circumstance. However, those unexpected gestures of kindness, whether a nod to a child, a smile to a curious tourist, or a special greeting to someone in need, remind us that, even in the most formal of settings, humanity can shine. These moments not only break the rigidity of protocol, but also create genuine connections with people. For those who witness them, these gestures become indelible memories and living testimonies that even in the strictest roles there is room for warmth and respect. In the digital age, many of these moments have been captured on video and shared on social media, reaching millions of people around the world. These stories touch global audiences who see these gestures as a reminder of the importance of small acts of kindness. Comments of admiration and gratitude flood the posts, showing how these interactions transcend borders and cultures. For families and individuals who have lived these experiences up close, the impact is even deeper. A simple greeting or a smile can transform an ordinary day into an unforgettable moment. These gestures validate and honor those who receive them, especially children, seniors, and those with special needs. The Royal Guards not only protect the monarchy, they also protect something much more valuable: the human spirit. They teach us that even when we follow centuries-old traditions and perform roles that require great discipline, there is always room for empathy and respect for others. These moments inspire us to reflect on our own everyday interactions. If the guards, with their rigid protocol, can find ways to demonstrate kindness, we can all learn from them and look for opportunities to show empathy in our daily lives. Discipline and humanity are not mutually exclusive. In fact, together they form a powerful combination that can inspire and connect people. Ultimately, these moments of respect and kindness show us that behind the rituals and traditions, we are all human. The Royal Guards, with their unwavering composure, remind us that true greatness is not only found in the solemnity of an institution, but also in acts of humanity that touch hearts. Thank you for coming this far. Subscribe and activate the bell for more content of this style. See you soon.